Hi, before we get started here, and after you watch this video, please remember, if you like it, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my channel and support it. A big thank you for that. Well, this episode's going to be a little bit longer than you're normally used to seeing. So, go get yourself your favorite snack and your favorite beverage and settle in to watch. Be sure to stick around for the end of the video and watch the review of the 25 toothy critters that we managed to boat during our week-long Canadian fishing trip. And we have a special tribute to Kevin Pitzel, who was crowned King of the Toothy Critters during our week up in Canada. He managed to boat 3 trophy muskies while we were up there. So be sure to stick around for the end and catch those reviews and their tribute to Kevin. Now, here's this week's episode.
Well, welcome to part 4 of our Canadian fishing trip. As you may recall, part 3 ended as we were all heading back for lunch. This episode starts as I head back out for an afternoon of pursuing perch and walleye. And as you can see behind me, I had another boat following me all the way out from camp. Evidently, they must have thought that I knew where to go for those perch and walleye. Boy, are they following the wrong guy.
Got here. First fish.
Again. 7.5-inch perch to start. Got him. Another 7.5.
Two perch on the first 3 casts, maybe. Nothing since.
With the lack of action and the warm sun, plus the boat gently rocking me back and forth, I even managed to take a little cat nap. As mysteriously as the action turned off before, it started up again. I boated another 7.5-inch perch.
Let me guess, 7.5. Another 7.5 perch.
Then I managed an 8-inch perch.
This guy. We're doing better. 8-inch perch.
And then it happened. Feels better.
Ooh, first keeper. First keeper. Our first keeper. Finally. 10.5, first keeper. 2.5 days, first keeper, 10.5. Got him. Yeah. 8.5.
With the action picking up again and finally catching a keeper 10-inch perch, I eagerly continued my quest for more keeper 10-inch perch.
It's 20 minutes to 6. So I'm pushing it right till 1:45. Got it. Got a little one. I got picked on the last one. Missed the fish. Time to head back. So we worked our butt off here. It's 10 to 6. We're pushing the limit here, trying to get a second 10-inch plus perch. We ended up with one perch, 10.5 inches. I probably caught 20 to 25, a couple of 9s, some 8s again. Just couldn't make it happen. So heading in for the camp fish fry. See you there.
And now we're just about getting ready for the camp fish fry. Ray's getting his big pan set up. They're getting the food going. So camp fish fry next.
Alright, we're anchored right off of Burnt Bridge, and we're going to work this for perch, crappie. Let's see what happens. I got to conserve digital video time. I've got 38 minutes left, so if we catch some fish, we'll do some videotaping then. Other than that, cameras are not running. And we didn't have time. We went in for the shore lunch, the camp lunch. And I hurry up, ate, got out there, got back out here, trying to get some more perch in excess of 10 inches so we can have at least a small fish fry. Because the next 2 days, no matter what happens tonight with perch or walleye, I'm chasing muskie for 2 days hard. So give it a shot, one last shot, down to the 11th hour. First perch at Burnt Bridge. So a little guy, little perch, maybe 4 inches. Tactic is to pitch as close to the pilings as I can. The current is taking it underneath, and that's when I got the strike. So let's see if we can get some bigger ones out of there. So again, we cast as far as we can, loose line. Let the current drift it under the bridge, then tighten our line a little bit so we can set a hook. So let's go get some more. Wes, I'm trying my hardest to get you 2 perch for a fish dinner. I got 1. You can see the size I'm catching here. I'm up here at Burnt Bridge working hard here. This is the last night. So whatever I get tonight. Next 2 days I'm chasing muskies. So trying to get that one more perch for you, at least get one good dinner out of me. And for the most part, I was feeding them. They were nitpicking me off, little ones. I think the smallest one I caught was like 4 inches. The biggest one maybe 7. I caught maybe 6 or 7, and that's about it. So it's a little after 8. We're going to start heading back a little closer to camp. Maybe Times Square, maybe East Bay. One last try. Try to get another walleye or a perch. So we'll see you down there. Well, there it is. My little walleye trolling. And Stephen, I changed to your neon green. It is the ticket. I'll measure this guy, but he's going back. You can see the sunset behind me. 9-inch walleye off the island in East Bay off the point. So, back to trolling. So, Tuesday draws to an end. So we've been fishing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 3 days of perch and walleye fishing. Here's the highlights, guys. We caught about 100 perch. That's no lie, 100 perch easily. Size limit 10 inches, 1. A 10.5-inch perch today. No walleye till today. I'm trolling a walleye diver as I'm coming back to camp here at the end of the day. And off of a rock point, I get a 9-inch walleye. It's been a tough 3 days for walleye and perch, I'll tell you. Luckily, John and those guys have caught fish, so we get to eat, but I'm certainly not helping out at all. I'm snake bit. I caught a walleye, 9 inches. Caught 100 perch, only one over 10 inches. Probably 20 to 30 fish in that 9-inch range, 9 to just under 10. But you can't keep those. Got to put those back. Rules are different here. The Ministry of Natural Resources, I believe it's called up here, the Canadian version of our DNR, they do not have a size limit. However, the camp owners on the lake decided 10 inches, and you got to sign a statement saying that. I would have had 20, 30 fish to bring home, perch-wise at least. Been a frustrating 3 days. I did get one perch, like I said, I do have one perch to bring back. 2 fillets. Not even a meal, just a little snack. Heading back to camp, I'm going to clean my catch. So, alright, we'll see you later.
Well, you followed my endeavors trying to catch jumbo perch and walleye today. Now let's check out what the rest of the RO360 crew was experiencing on the water today.
Alright, chasing muskie for the last 2 days of our trip here. Just below Burnt Bridge area. Doesn't look as weedy as it did in the past, but I'm going to give it a shot anyways for my first spot. And let's see what happens. We'll be pitching surface baits. We've got overcast conditions. They're talking about maybe a storm front moving through this afternoon, so let's see if we can put a muskie in the boat. Cabbage is a lot sparser than it is in years past. We've come through this area and it's been choked out. I've got to find lanes to throw topwater baits in. I mean, there's cabbage down there, I can see it, but it's hit and miss. It's not a thick bed. to set up for another pass through here. We worked that pretty hard with a top water. So now we're going to go back down, set up, and we're going to throw a bucktail. So, alright. Pass number 2. We covered the first pass with top water. Now we have our perch colored bucktail we're going to throw. Let's see what we do here. That's one of the drawbacks to fishing with a bucktail in here. You're going to pick up cabbage once in a while. When I fish a spot, I usually like to make at least 2 passes to throw 2 different style lures. In this case, we made the first pass with a top water. Now we're snagged. There we go. We made the first pass with the top water, now we're throwing a bucktail. Like I said, I usually like to hit one area that's a good spot. We've raised fish here, caught fish here, and usually want to give it a real good chance to produce for me, a follow or something. So, like I said, usually 2 passes, 2 style lures before I move on. I had hopes for a second there. Big string of cabbage. That's actually what you want. That's good musky weed, musky cabbage.
After hammering what's always been a good musky area in the past and coming up empty, not even a follow or a strike, I began to wonder if my perch and walleye jinx was going to carry over into my muskie hunt. And having doubts is never a good thing for a muskie hunter. You have to keep a positive attitude.
Alright, 2 passes, no follows, nothing, so we'll move on to another spot. So, see you on spot number 2. We got ourselves set up on another spot. And I'm just trying to get the boat position for the drift here. There's some reeds off to the side here, and we've caught quite a few northerns out of that. Here we got some pelicans in flight. They gonna land? Maybe not. Cool. Around the island. Very cool. We got another spot we like right here. There's some reeds right here. We usually catch, get a couple of good northern out of the reeds. And we got musky cabbage all in here, all the way down into that bay behind me. We're kind of drifting this way, so I figured I'm going to try for a couple of northern. And so we're going to try for a couple of northern along these reeds. And I've got a kind of a safety pin style. Helps come through the reeds. This kind of creates a vortex to pull these through. And notice no treble hooks. We've got 2 single hooks, the main body and a trailer hook. And of course using the perch pattern, because everything seems to feed on perch. This is actually better. The wind shifted so I can motor up to the north end and it'll blow me down here. When we first got in here, it was blowing us in. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna reposition the boat and we'll be fishing shortly. See if we can get a couple northern here.
After spending my initial time on the reed area on the north end and coming up empty on the pike, it was time to drift down and get in position for a drift over the submerged cabbage and to pursue the mighty muskie. But I gotta say, that doubt factor about the perch and walleye jinx was becoming foremost in my mind.
I think we're gonna pitch topwater to start. It's my favorite bait. It's overcast, front moving in sometime today. It's supposed to get rain later today, so let's see if we can make the magic happen. Drift pass number 2. All right, our 3rd drift pass. Well, that's 3 passes in Muskie Bay, and nothing. Not even a follow, strike, nothing. It's just unusual. I'm surprised. I seen more weeds here in June than I have in July here. A little disappointing on Muskie Bay. Anyways, on to the next spot.
As I start to pull out around the island, I run across those pelicans that I had video of in flight earlier. Looks like they found a place to rest. I apologize for the shaky video, but as I was steering the boat with one hand and trying to shoot the video with the other. And you know, the longer I go without any muskie action, the more I'm thinking about my perch and walleye jinx extending into my muskie hunt. This is not good.
It's coming up on 11:45. The weather keeps looking more and more like it's going to be blowing in this afternoon, so now's the time to be on the water. I want to go south because we've got a current in that coming north, and I've raised the muskie in here. Wes's first muskie was raised in here, and we're going to pitch some muskie baits, just drift the shoreline here. There's a lot of sunken timber in that in here. Alright, turn the boat around and let's start pitching some muskie baits.
Well, I've been to 3 muskie spots, and you know what the old saying is, 3 strikes and you're out. But I'm trying to ignore the jinx, and I'm heading to try one more muskie spot this morning.
All right, we're in our other kind of go-to spot for muskie. We've always had success in this little bay. It's a little east bay. We got an east wind will be blowing me out. Some of it's choked out pretty good in the back here. We can't get back as far as we can in June. But we got cabbage and everything all in here, all the way out. So a couple of drift passes in here is next. All right, let's get pitching. See if we can't raise one in here. Alright, I think I'm going to switch to bucktail. I think there are still some weeds down below, but it drops off out here too. There's a shelf, comes up to 10 and then shallows up, so we're right around that area. So we're going to pitch the perch bucktail. Let's see what happens. Alright, well that was an uneventful morning. No follows, no strikes, and no action. So it's 1:45. I'm going to head back, have a little lunch, and then we'll see what the weather's like and what's going on and put together a plan from there. See you later today. Hi, it's Wednesday evening, about 6:20. It's pouring outside, and I've been in since 1 o'clock. We chased muskies this morning, and it's terrible out there. I don't feel like getting soaking wet. It's pouring. Here, take a look at the conditions out there. You can see the gray. It's kind of nasty out there, and it's been raining straight since about 1:30 this afternoon. So the rest of the crew I'm up here with, they're all out there chasing muskies in this. I wish them the best of luck. Kevin pulled in a 40-incher in the rain before. That gives him 3 muskies for the week, a 39, a 40, and a 47. He's easily going to be crowned king of the week. Yeah, looks like the wind's starting to pick up a little bit here.
While the nasty weather continues, let's take a look at some of today's catches by the rest of the RO360 crew under less than ideal conditions.
Alright, Thursday morning muskie challenge. We've got a boat of old farts versus the young guns. We're fishing till 1 o'clock, at the dock at 1, total length on muskie only. Here's our handicap, we're out first.
That's all the edge we need.
As we pulled out ahead of the young guns, excitement was at a high level, as this challenge would allow us old farts to have some bragging rights, because when it came to muskie hunting so far on this trip, the young guns had outdueled us on muskie catches for this week. The Young Guns team consisted of Kevin Pitzel and his brother James Pitzel and their cousin Stephen Pitzel, while the Old Farts team consisted of Craig Pitzel and his brother John Pitzel and Lee Rapont. Us Old Farts went west of the camp to an area where the Pitzels had raised an upper 40-inch muskie earlier in the week. Hopefully we'll be able to entice it and put it in the boat. While the strategy for the Young Guns had them heading north to try a couple of bays that have produced muskies for our crew in the past years. We'll see what strategy pays off. The Old Farts team was in position and casting lures in no time. I bet we had lures in the water even before the Young Guns left the dock.
I've had some stuff. Yeah, nothing ever huge. 30s.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd say, 40-inch fish maybe.
Yeah.
Nothing over 40, upper 30s.
If we catch a 20-inch fish and they don't catch nothing,
we win. All we gotta do is let's get a muskie in the boat first.
The closest anybody came to boating a muskie was John. He had a hit on a top raider of about a 40-inch muskie, just exploded out of the water on it, missed it. He pitched right back on it. It hit it a second time on the very next cast, missed hooking up again, cast back a third time, and the fish followed it back to the boat and turned off. So we had our opportunity to beat the Young Guns, but we've got a nice front moving in here. We're hearing some thunder off in the distance. Here, take a look at this.
Well, practicing the old 3 strikes and you're out strategy with John's 3 consecutive casts and missed hookups, we figured that muskie would not be anxious to feed anytime soon. So we decided to get ahead of the front moving in and head east to buy us a little more time on the water. With no muskie in our boat yet, we were looking to get any little advantage we can. And while we were moving to another area, take a look at what was happening in the Young Guns boat.
Kevin's got a nice one again, and there goes my record pike. And it's just gonna be about the same size. Thought it was the ski. Oh, he shook off. Nice. A pike. In the net. What's happening here, Jim?
Keeps catching fish.
Nice. Let me get a picture here.
Lucky for us Old Farts, it wasn't a muskie, so we're still in it.
So it's 20 after 10 into the muskie challenge for, what, 2.5 hours roughly? And John was fortunate enough, had 2 strikes on a Booker top raider on the west side. Our competition is on till 1 o'clock. I'm not sure we're going to make 1 o'clock. All right, back to getting baits in the water.
All right, front's rolling in. Get her done.
What's the depth in the bay here, John? 15. Okay.
No. It's going to be on top of us before we know it.
Yeah, I reached it. Look at it. We got this stuff running in, so we're just going to pitch a couple out here. And
Oh, we got windows open in the house too, don't we? Have that big pistol window open?
yeah, we do.
Patio,
Yep.
door open.
That'll get soaked.
Window is open?
Yeah.
Yep.
2 casts each?
Yep.
All right, I got 1 in. Yeah, that is some nasty stuff. Yep.
Alright. Fish is worth it.
It's rolling
No
too.
fish is, well, it might be worth a wet bet, but
Yeah, no. I don't like the sound of that. That's steady.
you said those guys were going north? I thought they were, yeah.
All right.
All right, we had our fishing competition this morning. We had a bolt of old farts with myself and Craig and John against the young guns, Kevin, Jimmy, and Steven. We ended up in a 0-0 tie. We managed to get back to camp just as the rain started to come down really hard. It's a good time to break for lunch. Hopefully we can get out this afternoon, weather permitting. I'm in Nelson Lake now, and I'm going to do some trolling for walleye. I'd still like to go home with a couple of fish, so we'll see what I can do with that. I figure I got 6-7 hours left on the water today, and we're going to do it all. We're going to try for some walleye, we're going to musky fish, and we're going to see what happens here on the last day. We're going to try to make it happen. So we're going to troll Nelson Lake. We're going to hit some of the points that come out and hopefully connect with a walleye off of one of the points. I don't like seeing what's rolling in behind us. So rather than troll these points, I'm going to cut across. We're going to hit 1 or 2 more points. I'm going to shut the camera off. If we happen to put a fish on, we'll turn it on then. Hopefully we'll see you again shortly with a walleye on. Well, no walleye while trolling the windswept points. In fact, I never even got a strike, as my personal jinx for walleye and perch continued. Okay, time to start pitching baits for muskie. And we got an island and a saddle up here we're going to work. And let's see what happens. We have caught perch. We've caught 1 walleye. We've caught a pike. We've caught smallmouth bass. I'm missing a muskie on my resume here. Let's see what we can do. Alright, nothing home. We gave this a shot. Fished this area for the very first time. The back saddle of the island in this one area that we like to fish. I've never fished it before. We tried it. Looks promising. Unfortunately, I did not raise a fish. So on to the next spot. If you know anything about Cedar Lake, you know where I am. You can see it in the background. Well, that's it for here. We gave it a shot. I've raised muskie, Wes has raised muskie, John has raised muskie along here. It's kind of an unknown. I don't see too many people in here, but especially when nobody's around, I'm not going to pass up throwing some casts along this stretch. So, time to head on to our next muskie location. See you in a bit. Well, as I took the boat north, past all the familiar landmark sites,
like T-Rex rock. Don't see it? Well, see if this helps. There it is. T-Rex rock as my grandson Wes saw it as a 7-year-old on his first trip in 2013. Seeing that rock reminded me of Wes and his perch catches as a 7-year-old, and it got me thinking about only bringing him one perch. I was determined now to end the jinx and catch some perch to bring home. Besides, I was just as jinxed on my muskie hunting. So I'll use my last time on the water chasing those darn 10-inch perch. Here we go.
We're just south of Perch Lake, and we found this little bay. In fact, Craig pointed it out to me, a couple of little dimple bays in here. It looks kind of interesting. I can see reeds, grass, timber in the water, some rocks. We'll give it a shot for some walleye and maybe another perch. We brought the whole arsenal today. We brought worms, slip bobber, wally diver, musky gear. So we'll see what we can do. A couple of nice walleye would be really nice. Let's see what we got in here. Gotta be something right there. There we go. Got him. Another little dink. Oh, look at the size of this guy. This ain't even worth it back here. I'm just wasting my time. I think I got picked. Yep, I got picked. I got a hunch these are all tiny little fish. Maybe we'll only give it a half hour and see what happens. We'll give this another 5-10 minutes here. Maybe this other bay just to the west of me will be better. I'm gonna shut this off. There's nothing in here. One little dinky perch. No walleye. It's raining. One dark cloud, it's raining.
My first sign of trouble brewing came in the form of an isolated rain, right over me. As you can see, clear sunny skies in the background.
I'm gonna shut the camera down just in case here.
Absolutely nothing. Let's see what's home in the reeds up here. This is nuts. Flipping crazy. Give it 10 more minutes. Till 3:45. Something's telling me I shouldn't be in here. It started to rain on me. Somebody's telling me move on. Not a single bite. One little dinky 3-inch perch. See what happens out there in the shade along the rocks. It's a steep break right there. See if you get a walleye coming up to snatch it. Nothing. Right on the log. Another little perch. I can see it from here. I'm losing this jig. There we go.
I finally took the hint. Putting together the puzzle pieces, I realized someone was sending me a message. Only 2 small perch, Raining only over where I was fishing, snagging and losing a jig. Fate was telling me to move. My perch and walleye jinx was still in effect as I came out of the bay and rounded the corner to head south and back to camp. Look at what I encountered in the sky. I had left just in time.
Look at this. Looks like I'm going to be driving right into a little rain squall. We got some nasty stuff brewing. I hope I get back to camp before it lets loose. I was way up on the north end. Coming through Burnt Bridge, I got a little ways to go yet, and I'm going right into it. Ooh, the wind's picking up too.
Well, our Canada trip draws to a close on late Thursday afternoon as yet another storm front moves through the area. I again was the first one back to camp, just as the heavy rain started. But let's take a look at this afternoon's catches by the RO360 crew before the storm front rolled in. Some of them put some pretty nice fish in the boat. Check these pics out. Toothy critters of the Musky and Pike variety were first and foremost on this trip to Canada, with 25 being caught as we averaged over 4 per day. There were 14 muskies and 11 pike. Let's recap and take a quick look back at those fish.
But the most prolific muskie hunter had to have been Kevin Pitzel. He boated 3 trophy-sized muskies totaling 126 inches in length. On the first day out on that Saturday, he boated a 39-inch, making it his personal best muskie. Couple hours later, what does he go and do? He beats his personal best with a 47-inch bruiser. Then he solidified his claim to the crown on Wednesday by boating a solid 40-inch muskie. So let's take a look back at Kevin's amazing week with some video footage and pictures of those 3 trophy muskies.
I'm gonna put them.
What's that?
My gloves.
You had them on. Red dot means we're recording, right?
Yes.
Alright, there we are. First day of muskie fishing, 6:23. So he hooked him at about 6:20, 6:18. Kevin got his first fish and it looks like it's going to be over 40. Kevin got his first muskie of the week.
After I just lost one 15 minutes ago, or an hour ago. Come here, girl. Put your hands. Yep, I got her.
Make sure you
She's
get
deep. She's hooked deep. You know what? Give me the hook cutters. I'm just going to cut the hook. If you can find them.
me, she might be ready to go.
Go.
Got him?
Yep.
46?
You got a 1 on top?
Yeah.
46.
He's 46.
46, Kev.
47. No, he's
For sure.
47. He's 47.
All right, Kevin, let's get this quick pick. I got him. Yeah, dude, I thought that was only like a smaller 40, but dude, that's huge. All right, hold him up. There he goes. He's ready to go, dude. Let him go. Let him go. Boom. There he goes, man.
Holy shit!
High five, buddy. How does it feel, dude?
That was freaking insane.
Kev, how does fish number 3 in 1 week feel?
Awesome. Especially good salad.
Has anybody else ever got 3 fish in a week?
Me.
I have 3 little ones. Steven has.
Me, but none of this caliber. No, 40 and above, basically. He's putting on the clinic here.
340s, yeah. Well, 39, 40, and 47. Yeah.
He's looking like he's ready to
He's
go.
ready to go. Let him go and see what he does.
There he goes. He's kicking. See ya, bud. Nice fish, dude. Peace, buddy. I think that's all the fish out of here, man. I don't know if there's any more left in this bay. Kevin caught them all.
Everybody at Rapid Outdoors 360 sends our sincere congratulations to Kevin Pitzel on an outstanding muskie achievement. 3 trophy muskies and his personal best at 47 inches during our 2019 Canadian fishing trip. Kevin, we all believe you deserve this recognition as king of the toothy critters. Again, congrats on a job well done. But there is a caveat from the RO360 crew. Just wait till next year.
Now, feel free to comment below, or if you don't want your comments available in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapidoutdoors360@gmail.com. And if you know a friend you think may enjoy this video series, please feel free to share this with him or share our link. And always, whether you fish or hunt, make sure you practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that there are resources available for future generations. We'll see you all next time.